I want you to picture the worst day of your career, not a bad day, the worst one. The day something went wrong in your center that you will remember for the rest of your life. If you lead an ambulatory surgery center long enough, the day is coming. Not because you're careless, because you're human. And you run a place where human beings do procedures on other human beings. The question is never whether an adverse event will happen. The question is, what kind of leader will you be in the first hour after it does? I'm Genesi Gonzalez, and I spent more than 20 years in healthcare operations and risk management and patient safety. As a nurse leader, an ED director, an ASC administrator, and a regional risk manager for multiple surgery centers. And I've walked into a room on days like this. This is the ASC Mentor. And today we're talking about the hour that defines you, your first hour after an adverse event. Stay with me to the end because I'm going to give you a first 24-hour checklist you can put together in your binder this week. So here's what I learned watching leaders on their worst day. The first hour is not really about the clinical skill. Your team already has that, right? The first hour is about judgment under pressure. In those 60 minutes, three things are happening all at once. A patient needs care, a room full of people is watching to see if their leader is steady or spinning, and a factual record is being created or quietly destroyed, right, in real time. Most leaders get the first one right. Instinct takes over and they take care of the patient. Where good leaders separate themselves from great ones is the other two. Keeping the environment calm and safe and protecting the truth of what actually happened. So for the rest of this video, I'm going to give you three priorities in order. Protect the patient, right? Stabilize the environment, preserve the facts. Say them with me a few times this week because when the day comes, you won't have time to look them up. So let me put you inside a moment, and this is a composite. It's not a real case, and it's the kind of case I played out more than once. So imagine this. It's 9:14 on a Tuesday. A 62-year-old woman is recovering from a routine cataract, right, procedure, textbook case, the kind of case your center does in its sleep. And then your PACU nurse calls your name, and the tone is different. The patient suddenly is unresponsive. Her oxygen level is dropping. The room is filling with people. Someone grabs the cold cart, and every face in that room turns towards that door looking for one person. Guess what? They're looking for you. So here's the truth. I want you to sit with it because whatever you do in the next few minutes, you are going to replay this for years and years to come. So the whole point of today is really to make sure that when this happens, you respond on purpose from a plan instead of on pure adrenaline, right? Let's walk through that plan. Three priorities. So priority number one, obviously, is protect the patient, right? This is one of your instincts you already know. And I'm saying it out loud because in the noise, people freeze. First assess and stabilize. This is not the moment for analysis or wondering how it happened. Fall back on your training and your protocols. Airway, breathing, circulation, right? Let that clinical response run on rails. Then second, activate your emergency response early. Call that code. Call EMS. Escalate up your chain. I have never once seen a leader get in trouble for over-responding to a deteriorating patient. I've seen plenty get hurt by waiting to see if it settles. And then third, make sure someone owns ongoing care. In the chaos, assign a clinical lead so that the patient is never unattended while everyone else is reacting. My note to you is when in doubt, treat, right? You can always de-escalate a response you didn't end up needing. You can never buy back the minutes you spent hesitating. Now, who needs to know? And notice said notify deliberately and in order. You escalate up your chain, right? You do not let it leak sideways into the break room, rumor mill. Your medical director is often your very first call, and that's your clinical authority and physician oversight. Then ASC leadership, and your administrator, so that nobody in your governing body chain ever learns about this secondhand. Then of course your risk management, right? They quarterback the investigation and they protect the process. Then quality and patient safety, so the event gets into your reporting system while the facts are still fresh. And then, of course, external reporting. And this is where it depends on where you practice. Your accreditor and your state agency have their own rules and their own clocks. So I'm in Florida. So for me, that means a Code 15 adverse incident report to ACA within 15 days. Your state may call it something different and give you a different deadline. So here's the assignment. Do not learn your reporting deadlines on the worst day of your career. Build the notification list and the timelines into your policy now while things are still calm. So let's talk about the mistakes, because I want you to recognize them before you make them, and I need you to hear me. These are not mistakes bad people make, right? These are mistakes good, caring, competent leaders make when the adrenaline is running. 1, do not speculate. The sentence, "I think what happened is," feels helpful in the moment. It becomes tomorrow headline and next year's deposition. Say only what you actually know. Number 2, never ever alter documentation. Don't edit it, don't backdate it, don't clean it up to make it clearer. The instant you touch that record after the fact, you've turned a known complication into what looks like a cover-up, and that's the line you never want to cross. And number 3, don't investigate emotionally. Cornering a shaking young nurse in the hallway and demanding to know what she did, that destroys the fact and the trust in the same breath. The real investigation is calm, later, and systematic. 4, don't delay escalation. Hoping it quietly resolves doesn't make it go away. It just burns the time you had to report it correctly. If you avoid only these 4, you are already ahead of what most leaders on their worst day. Okay, so this is the slide I promised you at the top. Take a screenshot right now. Pause the video if you have to. This goes in your policy binder. Your first 24 hours checklist. Walk it with me. So number 1, patient stabilized, clinical care ongoing, and a specific clinician owns the patient. Number 2, any involved equipment or medication is out of service and secure. Number 3, objective time documentation is done. Facts, not conclusions. Number 4, the chart, the monitor, and device logs are secured before anything overwrites. Number 5, witnesses identify while memories are fresh. Number 6, medical director and AC leadership notified up the chain. Number 7, risk management engaged, and the event is in your reporting system. 8, external reporting obligations checked against your states and your accreditor's clock, not mine. And 9, the one people forget, your staff are supported, right? This is a hard day for your people too. And how you care for them today is really how they'll trust you tomorrow. So if you do these 9 things, you did your job on the day everything went wrong. So let me leave you with the whole framework on one screen, because these 5 moves work for almost any serious event, not just this one. Protect the patient, stabilize the situation, preserve the facts, notify the right people, and then, only then, when the dust settles, investigate systematically. Notice the order. The investigation is last, and it's calm. It's about the system, not about blaming a person. And here's what I want you to hold on to. Adverse events don't define you. How you lead in the hour after one, that's what defines you. Your team will remember whether you were steady. Your patient will be served by whether you were clear. And your character shows up most of the days you didn't plan for. So if this helped you, do the 2 things for me. Subscribe to the ASC Mentor, because I put out new videos every week built for people who carry the weight of leading a surgery center. And share this with one leader who needs it before their hard day comes. So I want you to remember this. Lead with confidence. Protect your patients. Elevate care. I'm Genesi Gonzalez, and I'll see you on the next one.